What do we call you, sir? First name Mr., last name Glass. Welcome to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest, a weekly podcast where movie enthusiasts, ex-movie theater projectionists, and many more take the time to talk about a movie that we just watched and answer that very question, should or shouldn't you watch this? I'm your host, Chris Compton. Let's get into our review and breakdown of Glass from 2019.
I'll tell you a secret. I want to believe in real-life superheroes. Like every kid in the world. But I'm still waiting.
And yet, we exist.
Convince me.
Some of us don't die with bullets.
No way.
Some of us can bend steel.
What do you want?
I need your abilities to get us out of here. The bad guys are teaming up.
I'm the only person who can stop him.
We are not meant to have this much power.
Are you ready to show the world what we are capable of? This won't be like a comic book. What do we call you, sir? First name, Mr. Last name, Glass.
Rated PG-13.
Joining me today is recurring guest Cole and Taylor, longtime friends and movie enthusiasts who both worked with me when I worked as a projectionist at the movie theater years ago. Happy to have them on this week's breakdown of Glass from 2019. The description for this movie is security guard David Dunn uses his supernatural abilities to track Kevin Wendell Crumb. He must be super important if he's got a middle name. A disturbed man who has 24 personalities. Directed by M. Night Shyamalan, top billed stars are James McAvoy, Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson. Runtime of 2 hours and 9 minutes, rated PG-13. Genre on Rotten Tomatoes says mystery and thriller, drama. These are always weird to me. I don't know if this is right or not, but I guess it's a mystery. There is some thrilling moments. I just like to read it because it's interesting. IMDb gives this a 6.7 out of 10 from 209,000 reviews. Rotten Tomatoes, however, gives this a 37% from critics and is 67% from the rest of us. So the critic, which is 37%, is from 309 critic ratings and then 10,000 plus audience ratings. So, I mean, usually that it doesn't really mean a whole lot, but you can kind of gauge, if the critics are giving a crap and then the audience kind of likes it or vice versa. So take it for what it's worth. Box office haul on this one was on a $20 million budget. This made a worldwide box office haul of $247 million, which is pretty incredible for a movie that is basically the threequel 20 years later. Where to watch this one? You have to rent this sucker, or you can go old school like me and order the Netflix disc. Me and about 6 other customers still get the discs because we like the audio not compressed on the streaming services. And now for the most talked about segment on podcasting, should or shouldn't you watch this? Top 5 reasons why you should watch this. Number 1, if you've seen Unbreakable. Number 2, if you've seen Split. Actually, this is a prereq. How come I can't say that word? Actually, this is a prereq. Actually, you gotta watch both of these movies. Because you can't watch this one without seeing those two. Otherwise, you're gonna be super lost. Number 3, if you're an M. Night Shyamalan fan. Number 4, if you want an unconventional superhero movie amongst the sea of Marvel and DC movies and TV shows that are out right now. And last but not least, if you want to see an amazing performance by James McAvoy, this is for you. At this point, there may be some spoilers up ahead, so if you want to watch and then come back and join us for our breakdown of Glass from 2019. But before we do that, let's go through some popcorn trivia. Although Disney owns the rights to Unbreakable from 2000, director M. Night Shyamalan retained the rights to any potential sequels, so that the studio could not make one without his involvement. Such was his desire for creative control that he co-financed Glass by mortgaging his house. So he financed this movie by himself. Fortunately, it wasn't one of his stinkers like before, because this one made a lot of money, so you did good, Mr. Shyamalan. Shyamalan. In one scene inside Kevin Crumb's cell, several toothbrushes are visible on a shelf, implying that each of Kevin's personalities has his or own toothbrush. Now that's a question for you. If you had multiple personalities, would you have a separate toothbrush for all of them? That's a mind twister for you. And last but not least, a primary red herring in this movie is a fictional tallest building in Philadelphia, the Osaka Tower. This appears to be an allusion to the equally fictional Nakatomi Plaza in Los Angeles, the setting of Bruce Willis's action debut, Die Hard, which is a much better movie. So you should watch Die Hard after this. So Popcorn Beefs, I talk about my beefs in the pod, so I'll just let you hear it straight from the source. So let's get into this week's breakdown of Glass from 2019.
It's Huawei.
Huawei? We are debating the pronunciation of Huawei phones right now. Welcome to another episode of Popcorn Priest. We've just screened Glass, the third part in a 19-year-long trilogy.
From M. Night Shyamalan, whose career has...
Say spoilers, we might be giving things away.
M. Night, yeah, there are spoilers. Everything, just all things are spoilers. Jeez.
Well, no, not this big, though.
Yeah, this whole movie's a spoiler.
You have to have watched Split before you see this, in theory.
Well, I didn't, but...
Yeah, the description Netflix gives is M. Night Shyamalan brings together two of his standout original films, Unbreakable and Split. I agree with that.
It'd be awesome if, like, Haley Joel Osment was in this. I was, like, able to see dead people.
In this explosive comic book thriller... In this explosive comic book thriller, Elijah Prince, also known as Mr. Glass, finds David Dunn pursuing Kevin Wendell Crumb's superhuman figure, the Beast, in a series of escalating encounters. Price, armed with secrets critical to both men, emerges as a shadowy orchestrator.
In a series of escalator encounters.
2019, 2 hours and 19 minutes. Or 2 hours and 9 minute runtime.
It did feel long.
Yeah, it felt kind of long.
Yeah, it should have been
They could have cut it like
20 minutes. Hour and 40 minutes.
It starts really strong, I thought. Like, better than I thought from what I'd heard about it.
Yeah.
And then...
It feels like a whole different movie.
Yeah, then they go to the mental hospital, and the movie comes to a halt, it felt like.
Well, the second act is really kind of... The second act's trying to gain interest in, building for the finale.
Yeah.
But the finale is kind of a letdown.
The finale does not. It does not.
It shouldn't have mentioned the building.
If that third act had been better, the middle part would have been fine. But
if it was fantastical in a building and lots of explosions and crazy.
I didn't expect them to do that just because the nature of movie budgets and what this is like this weird.
It's like
weird sequel to like a minor January horror thriller from 2 years ago, and
this came out in January too.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying how well did Split do? Unbreakable I don't think did well at all, did it?
Unbreakable made a ton of money.
No way.
Yeah, it did.
It did pretty well.
I don't know.
Split did well. This
Unbreakable was right after The Sixth Sense.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah.
I remember going to see it at Cinemark, and it was packed on opening weekend.
Well, then, yeah, that probably, if it was after The Sixth Sense, then yeah, probably did.
I liked Unbreakable a lot.
Yeah, no, Unbreakable, I still think Unbreakable's real good.
And Split is really good, too.
I feel like this expanded universe thing kind of diminishes both of them.
Yeah, it tries to put too much into it.
It's like, I didn't need, Unbreakable, I think, works really well on its own terms as far as, a standalone movie. I didn't see Split, so I don't...
I know, but I'm being...
I wouldn't surprise me that...
But that's what I remember hearing about Split was everyone liked it, and then kind of at the end they're like, "Oh, there's a little teaser."
That was what I heard about. I wasn't gonna see it, and I ended up not seeing it. But that, I heard that it was a true stealth sequel to Unbreakable.
Yeah, you don't realize it until the very end.
You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't get.
Then you realize they're all in the village.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just bringing the Shalamaverse together, and also the aliens from Sonic.
Swing away.
You make it sound like
That would be
Sunshine.
really odd. Joaquin Phoenix is in here with a bat. Hey, there's water in that one too. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. See. So really, what it is Bruce Willis is one of those aliens.
Aliens and comic book heroes are both terrified of water.
I'm giving this one a medium.
Yeah, it's
Bucket, like it's a mediocre.
It's like, I mean, I don't know. It's not like a colossal failure, but it's also not a success.
You have to be a really diehard Shyamalan fan to kind of get a lot out of it.
I feel like there's probably someone who's like a huge fan of his that would evangelize this movie.
What's the guy? I can't remember his name. That plays the Beast.
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy.
He's great.
He's
like he
awesome.
Deserved a better movie with the work he put in.
a lot of work, both with his body and all the voices.
The neck veins are popping.
Yeah, like the whole like physicality that he does is really good.
Great.
Yeah, no, it's like there's strong elements to it, and I think that Samuel L. Jackson's like.
Well, it's kind of the majority of the movie they let McAvoy just kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of a showcase for him.
Steal the show, and so then. I mean, Sam Jackson doesn't say anything until 2/3 in the movie.
I just feel like the first like act of that movie should have been longer because it was like really interesting.
It should have been longer chasing the beast down.
Because that stuff was all like shockingly good. I thought because I wasn't expecting this movie to be like good at all because it was so poorly received.
What did it? What was
like
the Rotten Tomatoes?
It's like in the 30s.
It was,
Really?
Yeah, which I mean, it's not that bad, but it's
30s?
disappointing.
No.
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
It was like 40s.
I thought it was
You
like,
just looked it up?
Yeah,
it was low.
Let's see. No, I looked at Huawei, and that was the last thing I looked at.
It's kind of McAvoy got the majority of the screen time, and everybody else.
Yeah,
is kind of
37
like where they fit
on
into
Rotten
it.
Tomatoes.
Wow.
Which it's not that bad.
Split
It's not like
probably
atrocious.
was like
like
60s or 70s.
yeah, which for like the genre film that it was, kind of was pretty what you kind of expect for one of those. I don't know.
The introduction of this secret society
That felt
so
hacky,
dumb.
really hacky.
Don't give anything away.
We already did.
Spoiler alert.
They don't know. They don't know what secret society.
The whole third act of this is bad.
Well, it's.
I mean, it also like the limited scale. Like it kind of reminded me like how they say that you never see like a Batman movie where he's out doing stuff during the day because it's kind of absurd. And he's not imposing.
Well, the whole if
this
was like a second picture, like if he was aiming to continue, it would make sense. But the way everything he ties up all the loose ends, but then he presents a whole bunch of new ones that you're just kind of like, okay, well, that's never going to get solved.
It's like, well, why did you end it this way?
Yeah,
if you're just gonna
why did you fill these elements in to go nowhere?
Yeah,
that's kind of what gets the third act. It falls apart. Pretty
parts
fast.
of it are cool, like the.
The ending should have taken place in Nakatomi Towers.
Yeah, it should have. It felt cheap the way
because of the tie-in with Bruce Willis and Die Hard.
That would have been good. and Sam Jackson.
And yes,
they should have driven there in like a car with the gold bars in the back.
Yes,
I love how I was reading somewhere the other day that
apparently Die Hard 2 is real nice.
No, that's Die Hard 3.
Oh, that's the third one.
Which you're right. That's the true Die Hard 2. They brought back James McTiernan. It was great, or whatever his name is.
John McTiernan.
John McTiernan. Yeah.
They think
I had a 50-50 chance of John or James.
They think that Home Alone and Detective Pikachu are in the same universe because they both walk into a room with that black and white Christmas movie playing where he pulls out the Tommy gun and shoots the guy.
Yeah, that is in there. It's a weird movie.
So I know I only got halfway through.
It's not good.
I know it's really
Detective Pikachu that you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's really strange.
I was going to select The Big Lebowski for tonight, but my wife really wanted to watch that.
That would have been awesome to have your wife watch that. She would have loved it.
She would have walked out of it.
What? Julianne Moore painting naked while suspended in the air on ropes is perfectly appropriate.
She just... Yeah, she wouldn't have...
Appreciated?
Understood it at all.
That's the whole point, though. It doesn't really matter. The whole plot doesn't matter.
I think I've only seen it one
How
time.
else are you supposed to see Jeff Bridges getting attacked by a weasel in a bathtub?
I need to see it.
Or a ferret, or whatever it is. I think it's a ferret.
That movie is incredible. Man, Coen Brothers, we need to, freeze them or something. They can never die.
We need to put their brains in, we need to put their brains in jars.
And took those jars up to, directing robots. So
Directing Unit
they can make movies
241.
forever.
Well, I gave my rating.
I'll give
Cole.
it 2.5 out of 5
Some stars. It could have been good.
Some stars.
Like,
That's right. That's
it has elements. Like, you feel like that. Like, maybe if he'd rewritten it a few more times.
Yeah, he did. He needed
Something
to take a pass
like it starts real strong. Like, I was like, hey, this movie's not bad at all. And then it kind of just
and then it sidelines.
then it slows down. Tries to gaslight you with like, oh no, all this. That was probably a bigger problem I had with it. Is like, and it makes sense at the end, but you're like,
you're
like, I saw Unbreakable. I know that he actually has like
powers,
supernatural ability, or superpower like ability. So it's like, so you're not really like tricking us.
Her
with that.
tattoo at all throughout the movie.
Yeah,
interesting to
that just
be able to pick it up.
Did I miss that? Like
No.
when they said that was anything, or was it just kind of implying like, oh no, like there and you knew that they were all like
They're
together
all
some way.
together, but
I only noticed it when the sniper.
Well, no,
I just noticed it when the guy's hand came down when he was like in the puddle. And I was like, oh,
that's
okay,
when he
so
started
this
revealing it, though.
Oh,
But
okay.
If you look at the flashback, she's wearing long sleeve shirts every time you see her, like intentionally hiding it. Like even in the hospital, she'll come in and she's got like a skirt on, but then she's got a long sleeve shirt like covering her wrists.
Yeah, it's just not a great movie. Like in terms of like the grand structure of it, you're like, oh, so that was all it was for.
You're more confused.
It's like well, like crafted. Like I mean, it didn't feel like
shot.
Yeah, like in like the everyone seems and you're like, okay, this is like an actual movie with production and stuff.
Good acting.
And then
just the story.
And then just like the overall plot. Like, this is what those. It's like you got to make this movie after you like stealth made a sequel to a movie you made forever ago that was like this kind of a cult hit.
He's regressing back into Lady in the Water territory.
I like that movie. I'm sorry.
I never saw it. I heard my sister really liked it. I never saw it.
I only saw parts. I love the one dude that only works out like one inside of his body.
Wow, what was the Happening? That was probably like the last M. Night movie I saw.
I didn't like that.
That was so stupid and great. It wasn't good at all, but
it was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
It was.
Also, how like horrifically miscast Mark Wahlberg was in that.
Yeah.
No,
everybody was.
Oh no, it's so bad.
Yeah.
And M. Night being reduced to a part of as a speaking voiceover on the phone.
What else has he done? Like it's like his career. Like
the stupid movie with Will Smith and his son.
Oh right, that one
one.
like paycheck movie he did where Will Smith was like wounded and he was. The son was what was it called?
After
Earth. That was it. Yeah.
I watched that.
No, I watched that too.
It was
After Earth, but then he made that one home found footage thing where the kids go to their grandmother's house and they like are cannibals.
Oh, it's like a horror.
Yeah, what was that called? I remember that. I don't know.
The Visit.
He produced like that weird elevator devil movie.
That was actually good. I like
Devil Inside. I don't think he directed that, but he definitely produced it.
That's good.
He produced it.
It's like the M. Night Chronicles or something.
It was called Devil.
Yeah, Devil. There we go. Yeah, because the V was the downside on an elevator.
All right. Well, we got some stars. 5 stars, and then a medium bucket.
Which totally
mediocre.
Like, I mean, it's not the third Matrix movie as far as like horrendously like.
Well, it's not the third Pirates movie either.
Oh man!
Whatever. The second Pirates movie was terrible.
Well, I said the third.
Yeah, the
I like the second one. The second one was good.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. The third one.
I mean, I will argue that the second Matrix movie's okay. I liked it. Like, it left me leaving like thinking that maybe everyone had been wrong about the third Matrix movie when I would like because I watched them way after the fact. Like, I'd seen the first one was popular, and then. Like, everyone said the sequels were terrible, and I never did. And I was like, watched the second one, I was like, this is all right.
Yeah.
It's like, this has got some. And then the third one, I was like, oh, never mind. Everyone was always right. This is.
Well, because.
Dude, did you hear the announcement?
Yeah.
I told you guys.
Oh, yeah, you messaged it. Yeah.
Why are they doing I know. Oh, man. I don't know.
We'll have to talk about that another time.
Yeah, anyway.
The Matrix 4, everybody.
This is a minor Matrix 3 movie.
It's only got one director. It doesn't have both sisters.
Yeah.
Just one of the Wachowski sisters.
Which, I mean, their last thing they did together was that Jupiter Ascending, and that was great.
Oh God.
That movie. That's an amazingly bad. It's the perfect kind of bad movie.
But before that, they did Cloud Atlas, which was awesome.
I disagree. I thought that was this 3 hour long mess, but
it was a mess.
Hey, Tom Hanks as an evil shoreman back in the 1800s was awesome.
I appreciate the ambition behind that movie. I liked the book, but it was just such a mess, and you're just oh yeah, this was whatever.
Yeah. Well, until next time, this is the Popcorn Priest.
As always, hit me up on the Twitters if you want to interact with the great Popcorn Priest at Popcorn Priest. I respond to every tweet. Also, if you enjoyed this or any of our other episodes, please subscribe so you can get notifications on our newest episodes. Much appreciated. Next week, if you want to be ready for our newest breakdown, we will be reviewing Mandy from 2018. And let me say this, it's not for the faint of heart. As always, thanks for listening. This has been Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest. And for Cole and Taylor, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.